Whoa, so Vulture has just dropped a bit of an expose about the working conditions for artists who worked on Across the Spider-Verse. I wish I could say I was surprised. I know we all love Across the Spider-Verse, myself included, but this is a really important conversation to have, so let's break it down. This is all too reminiscent of the stories that we heard from VFX artists who have worked with Marvel. It says they were pushed to work for more than 11 hours a day, 7 days a week for more than a year. About 100 artists left the movie before it was even finished, and we'll get to why that was a hard decision to make. A lot of fingers are pointing at Phil Lord specifically. We know that Lord and Miller are like two of the big guys behind Across the Spider-Verse. They're producers, they co-wrote it. But a lot of first-hand accounts are describing him as extremely overbearing, always asking for artists to scrap their work and make very minute changes. I guess he also has trouble visualizing 3D layouts, which puts more responsibility on artists to go back and rework things. One of them described it as like asking construction workers to make a building without a blueprint, blindly asking them to do things and then asking them to completely scrap it, which sounds so emotionally taxing. And what's bad for artists and makes it really hard for them to leave is that they'll do so much work, but so many changes get made that there's barely anything for them to show for it. This is also not surprising, but they're basically saying that there's no way Beyond the Spider-Verse comes out in March of next year. They were working so strenuously and so last minute on Across the Spider-Verse that they couldn't possibly have been working on both at the same time. And lo and behold, Sony Pictures Imageworks, which does all the physical animation for the Spider-Verse movies, is a non-union studio. So it sounds like there are a lot of issues with higher-ups not really understanding these artistic processes and just making these demands as much as they want, not really knowing or caring how mentally and physically taxing it is on the artists. There are people much better versed in this than me that can talk about how we can help, but I think support these people unionizing, support things like the writer's strike because it is all connected. Don't make excuses for these big studios and big executives, and just be aware. But let me know what you guys think.